moment, but first we will talk with the victorious head coach of the Bucks, Mike Nienaber, who today, did you know this was win number 300 for you here with the Bucks?
I did not know that. I honestly had no idea.
Congratulations. It's win number 300.
I did not. I had no idea. No idea.
Well, that
I was just trying to get number 4 in the conference. That was the main thing.
The goal you set out to accomplish, you did that, and that backcourt combination of Larkin and Larrabee was pretty good once again.
That's a good, obviously a very good pair. And Joe is, if Joe's not freshman of the week, I want to see who is. I
have a feeling there will be no need for a vote.
I don't know if a freshman, and I wouldn't make a comparison here, but I don't know if a freshman has put up the kind of numbers he's put up definitely this week, since the kid at Delta that's such a great player that is fine. Thank God he's a senior. But what a week Joe had for us.
He comes in off the bench again, and again was red hot. Larkin got you started right off the bat. He was red hot. I mean, it was just those two just did
they
hit every three, it seems like.
The game has become, and I was a little concerned toward the end because I felt like both of them, I thought they were running out of gas, and at the end of the game, I think they probably each missed their last couple, and I was really concerned about that because the score was getting tight, and we'd just been living on it for the whole game, and it was good that they did because we never got Adam. Adam we got to deal with his fouling. I think a lot of them are touch fouls, but he's got to learn to find a way to avoid some of those. So many times, and you mentioned about their 20 rebounds, I'll bet there was at least 6 or 7 times for those 20 where they got 2 in one possession.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I mean, it was just so many times, and it started out, it was a omen for things to come. They got 2 in that first early possession. That's where Adam picked up his first foul.
Yep.
We let him get 2 offensive rebounds, and he fouls them on their third shot. And, you're just not – it's going to get you. It's going to get you sooner or later.
Yep.
And we were lucky we dodged that bullet tonight. But there's just no easy games in the Gulf South. There's just no easy games.
And the one thing this does show, though, to you, I mean, with D-ball battling foul trouble, he only gets 6 points, 3 rebounds, and you're still able to win a game by double digits.
Yep. And Jordan has been playing really big for us. He didn't have as good a number game tonight, but he has really stepped up the last 2 or 3 games, and to the point where we had him and Adam in there again together quite a bit tonight. We're going to continue to work on that because the way Jordan's playing, you got to get him more than the 10 or 11 minutes I got him the other night. So, he got 24 tonight and did a good job for us.
And you get 9 rebounds again from Trentman. He is the one guy on the boards. He just has a nose for finding the ball.
And a lot of times I get frustrated with him in some other areas, and he's not shooting it as well as I think he can overall. His 3-point shot is just something about it is just he's got a little hitch going on or something. But man, he came up with some big rebounds, and he got some big baskets going at the rim for us there. So he wound up 4 for 8 from the floor. So you take that most nights, and definitely those 9 rebounds were major.
And I know the one thing you're happy about, 25 out of 32 at the free throw line, including Cody Garbazinski, 7 out of 8. He came in at just barely over 50%, and he comes in and hits 7 out of 8.
Yeah, Cody, so many times the things Cody does are just things that don't show up.
That play at the very end saves that ball in bounds. It shows nowhere on a stat sheet is just a great play.
Right. Yep. I mean, he does those kind of things all the time, and that's why he's out there. That's why he's hard to keep off the floor because he just brings so much heart and energy to the game. He struggles at times. I thought both of his shots were good tonight. The 2 threes, I thought they were both online, and they just didn't go. But hopefully he'll get more confidence the more he's playing with that. But and it hurt us not. I mean, I'm going to tell you, the last couple games, it's hurt us not having Brad Miller in there to have in the mix. Now, obviously, Joe and Jeff stepped up big. They wouldn't have, each of them might have gotten a little more break. Part of it, maybe where it hurts you too, is you don't have Brad to sub any for Joe and Jeff.
Yeah.
And then that last 5 minutes,
they're tired.
Their threes are coming off.
Jeff plays the whole 40 minutes.
Yeah. You can't hardly take him out. But obviously he came. Jeff, the last 3 or 4 games has really come up big, and it's so important for us. And I mentioned it to the team tonight, what we talked about before the game, because I thought he needs to hear this, and everybody needs to recognize it about how he could be an all-conference point guard in any system. He could play with it. You'd take the fastest playing team in the league or the slowest playing team in the league. Jeff could go out there and take that spot. He could go out there for Valdosta, and he could be an all-conference point guard. But for us, we need him to pick his spots. We need him to, and I think he really is recognizing that. I mean, it's a lot, I thought he made a lot less bad shot decisions tonight, and I think his turnovers were probably, he only had 2 turnovers tonight. Assists were a little harder to come by because they do a great job in that zone. And we didn't do a great job. I mean, we lived and died by the threes, and fortunately we hit enough of them to win it.
You lived in this one. That's
we lived, yeah.
And as I said, now you're 4-0, so you're in first place. Going into the break, you're 2 weeks now before your next game, and that's what you were looking for. You defended the home court. You got to that point. It makes the holiday a lot easier knowing you're 4-0 and feeling good about yourself.
I told him, that was another thing I told him. I said, it's been a while since, and a lot of us go to Cincinnati during the Christmas break. I'm not going to make it this year, but I told the guy, I said, it's been a while, and really, I think going to Jeff's class, the junior class down, we haven't had the kind of record where you go home at Christmas and people, you go back to the high school game and people are coming up, how y'all doing? And I said, guys, you don't want to talk because of the way we've played the last couple of years in the first half of the season. It's been disappointing, but. I said, hey, we're 1 game away. I was saying before the game tonight, 1 game away from being able to go and say, hey, we're 4-0. We're set. What are we? 7-3 overall.
7-3.
I said, hey, that's the kind of record when you hold your head up high and say, hey, we're in first place. We are 4-0 in the conference. And again, 3 of the games were at home. But you know what? You got to hold serve. You got to get those games. And thank God we found a way.
Well, congratulations on 4-0. Congratulations on number 300 for you.
I didn't even. Well, that completely blindsided me. Honestly, I had no idea.
Merry Christmas to you.
You too.
I know it's going to be, as I said, a much more enjoyable holiday at 4-0.
It is. I appreciate the job you're doing. I love having the games. I was picking up stuff at the dry cleaner the other day, and the guy said, I was listening to the radio that night. I said, and I didn't know you weren't going to be here Thursday. I said, well, we're going to be on again tonight and Saturday. I said, well, hopefully maybe he's listening today. But, it's just good to be, when you're going around Memphis, to have people come up to you and say, hey, I was listening to your game the other night. And obviously, being on Sports 56 gives us that opportunity. Obviously it's, one of the key sports stations in the city. There's no doubt about that, and probably the one that's been here the longest. And, people have their dial set there.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, they get in the car to go pick up some groceries and, whatever they're doing, riding around, and it's set there, and they, hey, what game's on? So we're getting people paying attention that normally wouldn't hear us. So it's major for us.
We want to tell those folks, hey,
really excited about
come on out. Don't just listen. Come on out. Come on out to some of these games.
We'll take that too. And it'd be great if we can get to the point too with this. I know Brian feels that way too, where we can get you on the road with us more, so people can follow us more on the road. But this is, like I said, it's been super. I can't say enough for the job you're doing and how much we appreciate it.
We'll certainly appreciate it, having fun doing it. So now it's New Year's Eve. You get to celebrate New Year's Eve down at Mississippi College.
At my alma mater.
That's what you've always wanted, right? For
absolutely,
New Year's Eve.
Yeah. Down New Year's Eve with the Southern Baptist at Mississippi College. It's an afternoon game, so we'll be able to get back.
And then I will see you right after the New Year, as you'll be back in action here January 2nd. So hopefully you'll be 5-0 when I see you back here after the New Year.
That would be good. And then we got Delta State, so it's it's not going to get any easier. That's for sure.
That's right. Then you're going to have a lot of road games coming up too. So you got
to pay the price for all these home games.
6 out of 8 on the road there in that stretch. So it's going to be key. Right. So it's going to be a lot of fun, though. Certainly set up for a lot of fun.
Sounds good.
Coach, thank you. Appreciate it.
It's going to be a Merry Christmas.
Absolutely.